Watching the silhouette from the candlelight, slipping and sliding a little more to the right. They say all the freaky bitches come out at night. Yeah, I'm the one that's full of fun, guaranteed to make you come. I'ma put it down for sure. Once you enter through the door, drop them drawers like you Denzel. I don't believe in snacks, you could get the whole meal. That's real.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? It's your girl, Latoya Grove. How y'all doing?
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's your man Crown Royal. And we here on time. Damn, we acting real anti-black.
What you
We
mean?
starting on time and shit.
Oh, damn. Oh,
I'm
brother.
impressed.
You impressed?
I'm impressed.
Okay. That's amazing. I'm happy you're impressed about something.
What we talking about? Where we
Sheesh.
been? What happened?
Where you been?
Where you been?
We just around. You know, I'm here. I'm living. What's
No.
going on with you? What's good?
We've been sick. People been sick. People been irritable. Other things been taking little precedent. So we missed a couple weeks, but we back
We back.
and blacker than ever. So what we got cracking tonight?
I'm just taking this moment, y'all, to share the live. So if y'all could do it the same thing, just share the live, y'all, and like it and follow our page, please. And thank you. We surely appreciate y'all so much for tuning in with us tonight. All right. We got some good topics tonight we're talking about. So do opposites attract? What y'all think? Do y'all think opposites attract? Shoot.
What's that about?
Do you think opposites attract? What do you mean what it's about?
You talking about like relationships?
In relationships, you know, do opposites attract in relationships? I'm talking about relationships. What else do opposites attract in, Crown?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. Oh, she talking for sex.
Oh,
I already got to relate back to sex. There might be
people
possible.
like sex.
People like sex. Like who?
People. If you like sex, say I do. And you don't? What the hell?
Don't get involved.
You don't? I do. So, yeah.
Somebody said yes, but I don't know how long they last. And we're going to get into that because actually the craziest thing, I looked at, it's a lot of different studies that have like different statements and conclusions that it could work, it can't work, it will work, maybe it works for a certain amount of time. And basically what I always just feel is though it's all according to who you dealing with and who's in that situation.
Right.
But that's just me being cynical.
Mm-hmm.
But there are studies that say like you should actually be involved with somebody that you have a lot of things in common. So whereas though when it gets past the you just having sex, you have something to actually talk about.
Right. It's good to have good conversation. Be able to have a conversation with the other person.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, it's your boy Michael Jamal's back again.
Hey, Michael. Jamal, how you doing?
Hey,
Michael said, I love sex.
Yeah, we had a really good conversation.
It takes
back
sex
in the
as
first
an art.
season. Yeah, he
Ooh.
takes sex because he's the same one. Mike.
What that mean? You take sex as an art. Like, what does that
That's
mean?
my man. That when I talked about me having a quota for each year about having, he was like, yeah, and that pandemic actually.
I remember,
kinda
right.
Shut him down because he
Right.
wouldn't be able to have as many people as you usually do on a given year. Yeah, but
It's interesting. But, yes. So that is the topic for tonight. Hey, LaRon, how you doing?
what's going on, Ron?
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Please share the live so we could get some more people in on our discussion tonight because we want to hear what y'all got to say. Also,
LeBron, that's my man. That's my boy right there. Remember I was telling you before that I actually introduced somebody and they wound up getting married?
oh, yeah. Yep.
That's LeBron.
Oh, that's so sweet. You
Can't-
did something
Yeah,
right.
I did. That's probably one of the
Aw.
few things that I did right when it came to relationships. And it had nothing to do with mine.
That's why I was right.
Can have sexual intercourse without actually physically having sex?
Can have sexual intercourse without actually physically having sex. I'm confused.
No.
I'm kind of confused. Explain. Elaborate, please.
I don't want you getting on a whole nother topic.
I know we just talking. You know, we just chit chatting with our
Opposites
viewers.
attract during the pandemic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that does
I'm
happen.
pretty sure that did happen.
It
You
did
take what you can get. Mental, I know.
Okay.
That's what he's talking about. Mental stimulation.
Mental.
And
Okay.
that's so true because in all actuality, a lot of times what happens is you can be involved, meet somebody, talk to them, and actually have some type of strong feelings physically and mental. And which I always said, and if you go back to some of these shows that we had, I always say sex is 90% mental.
Yeah.
It's just 10% physical.
Right.
And if you don't actually have the mental capacity to enjoy what's going on, especially women.
I was about to say, especially women.
Now, men.
It's true. Men got bang, 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 bang. They fine.
Yeah.
Women, you got to be all in the mind.
But
You got to be
that's not totally
mentally.
That's
You
not
need that
totally
mental
always true.
stimulation. You know what I'm saying? I
Michael,
get it.
Michael might be able to back me up on this. It's times
Oh,
that
right.
you make but he was talking about something else. But it's times that you be with somebody, and if you not really feeling it, then you can go limp, or
Yeah, that's true.
or
I'm sure.
you can actually go whereas though
Talking like I have been.
I'm gonna. You sitting there looking at the clock like, all right, I done gave it 10, 15 minutes. Now you act like you fake a nut and seem like you finished because you ain't into it.
You looking at the time? Fuck it. I had a time before where I was looking at my watch and I ain't even have a watch. I'm like, all right now. I'm hoping he get the hint. Like, realize that she ain't even got a watch on. But what's she looking at?
Right?
Time's up.
We going away from what
The fuckery bullshit today.
It was an interesting conversation, but it's kind of we wanted to hold off about the opposites
But
attract
that is-
relationship.
That's
But
our topic for today,
that
y'all.
is the topic for today. But we want to actually go into something that is kind of interesting in our first installment of what is it?
The
Bullshit and fuckery.
Bullshit
of the
and
week.
fuckery, y'all, of the week, y'all. So I was scrolling down the internet and I came across.
You were screwing the internet.
I was scrolling down the
Oh,
internet.
you need to actually use your conjugate your verbs properly. I was just
No, you just heard something different, okay? Dirty mind. So I was strolling down the internet, y'all, and I came across this article, and it was very interesting to me. Okay, so basically, a Wisconsin lady, basically, she choked her lover to death while having sex, y'all. You could see the picture of her right here behind us, y'all. So, what do you?
That bitch look crazy. Okay, I'm not bad. Go ahead.
I can't do him, y'all. But yes, she definitely.
Crazy dude. But
So
crazy
she choked him to death while they was having sex, and then she dismembered his body.
dude. White people.
Yo, Caucasian people.
Okay.
Oh
so,
my goodness!
All right. So
What a way to go out.
Yeah,
yeah,
so,
for sure.
So what the story is saying when it's detailed, her name's Taylor Shabiznis. It's pronounced Shabiznis or something like that. She was 24, and she was basically partying all day, smoking meth with the dude,
Getting high,
high all day,
high
and they
every
wind up
day.
having sex, and then they wind up actually integrating chains
Yeah.
into the sexual activity. Taylor D. Shabiznis.
That's her
That's
business.
her name. Well, don't be asking me what the fuck her name
Is
is.
she business?
It's Shabiznis.
Not your business. It's
Yeah,
she
but
business.
anyway, 24 from Wisconsin. Now, what had happened was, like I said, she wound up coming over and smoking meth with her mans all day, and then they wind up getting physical, and
They brought the chains
They brought
in.
chains in,
And she said she was using she stated to the police that she started using the chains on him and she was just getting real aroused, y'all. So she seen him
turning
become
purple.
black purple.
He was throwing up blood.
He was throwing up blood, but she said she was so into it she just didn't want to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds real kinky.
Sound real crazy.
Real kinky
so
crazy.
Actually, this went on, and she said to the police, I quote, "Have you ever loved someone so much that you wanted to kill it?"
Is that what she said?
This is what the police stuff, the statement says. So she wound up, she saw that he was choking out, and she was so into it, and she wouldn't finish. So she was so high that she wound up cutting this man up by going into the kitchen and getting regular kitchen knives. She said the best knife was the bread knife because it was serrated. She cut his head off and put it in a bucket. She cut his penis off, and that's also in a bucket. She cut his legs off, and they were found in a crock pot.
In a crock pot. How you put legs in a crock pot? The hell?
Also, to make this even crazier, she stated she continued to have sex with his dead body for 2 to 3 hours after she dismembered him.
What?
This is what the complaint says.
That was crazy. That is crazy.
And this is the kicker.
Oh,
I don't know if you've seen this part.
Ahead.
She was on probation, and she was supposed to have an ankle monitor. And she got her ankle monitor removed.
Oh.
And that's how she was able to just slip outside the house and this, that, and other.
Wow. Michael was right. They must have forgot to tap out like the code word. I feel when you doing stuff, you need, especially if you gagged or something like that. Pineapples. You need a safe word or a safe tap word or something like something. You need something. You bang on the wall 3 times. 1, 2, 3, something. 2 times. 1, 2, something. To let you know that, hey, this is getting a little crazy.
But I don't. All right, first, I don't know about meth.
I don't know about meth.
But I know meth. I read up on it and it said it's supposed to it's supposed to be some type of stimulating. You can get aggressive and things like that. But I'm just totally just dumbfounded. And the crazy thing about that is, I bet you this little crazy looking white woman, she ain't gonna do life.
They're gonna send her to a mental hospital.
Like some type of mental thing, and she gonna do about 5.
Say, oh, she was crazy.
5 or 10 years, and she gonna put those daggone white woman crying tears in the courtroom.
Oh damn.
And she ain't getting buried. Wow. I don't think so. Yeah, she was the female, but she didn't eat them, so it's not really the Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know. She just, it's like it goes into it, and she's just saying like she just got tired and lazy, so she meant to take all the parts with her when she left his house. This man was found by his mother. He was in his mother's house. He was still living in his mother's house.
That's some crazy shit.
Because I mean, he was a meth head, so I guess he wasn't going to go out and get a job or anything at 25 or whatever. See,
so basically, his mom heard the door slam and she thought it was her son, so she went to go check and found
all this blood
a mess.
And just
that's the nasty thing about what she's talking about.
That's
she even slept with it after she done chopped up the body. Girl.
Let that be a lesson. Oof. Get them grown ass adult kids out your basement. Let them get chopped up at their own house.
Oh damn.
That's not funny.
That's not funny. That's horrible. You're fucked up.
Rest in power.
Damn.
But
see what a good time get you? Dead.
I mean, some people like to get choked. But when you bring
some
chains
people do
and
like
shit,
to get choked. But yes, what did Michael say?
Yeah. He said, "Here's what I know: the woman can get into orgasms and because she's feeling it and that spot is being hit, they will pin you down.
What?
Till
You
they
can't
get that nut.
move. You move 1 inch. Shit, you done fucked up. So you better not move. She said, "I'ma hold you here."
Is that what she said?
That's what she said. She said, "I
She
gotta
said
keep
she
you
was
right
into
there."
it, but I'm trying to figure out the whole chains thing around the neck, and he turned purple and he was coughing up blood, and she still was like,
But I don't know. That's crazy.
well, the circulation was moving down there.
She must have.
She
She
choked
must have
out the
had
blood
a
from the
grip
top
on
and-
him.
and
Because
went
if
down there.
once he felt he was getting choked too much, he should have rolled her ass over.
Well, ain't no telling how big he was or whatever.
Right. She had a grip on that.
Well, let's move on to the actual topic. Because
That was a crazy situation,
Yeah.
y'all. Don't get caught in them situations, y'all. Make sure you have a safe tap. Yeah.
Latoya,
Yes, Crown.
opposites attract.
Opposites.
Yes or no? What's the deal? What's your thoughts on
Opposites
it?
attract. What does it necessarily mean? Like a big person, a skinny person. That's an opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like different race. Those are opposites. You know, but those could attract.
What are you
I
talking
believe. Like I'm saying.
We talking about how about
Talking
we
about relationship,
person? What I'm talking
saying-
about, like personality, likes, dislikes.
Yeah, I
things
believe.
like that. So what do you?
It could. I believe it could attract.
Okay,
yes.
in your personal,
I believe it.
In your personal experience, have you come across the people that you come across and had some type of relationship? Do y'all have things? Would you consider them being the opposite, or do you have a lot of things in common? Y'all was basically the same person.
No, I have dealt with people who we were opposites and we didn't agree on a lot of different things. We agreed on one thing, but the other things we didn't agree on, y'all. So it kind of made it difficult for me to
What was the one thing?
sex.
So we're bringing it all back to again that once the nut is over and you don't have a
And it's
you
like,
don't have a conversation.
what is going
the
on
point?
here? It's like, what is going on here? You know, where are we going? You know, especially if you're the type of person, like for instance, like me. I used to go out a lot because I was doing a job in nightlife. You know, I was in them streets working, you know, in them clubs and shit like that. And the person that I had at home, they would work and they didn't go out at night, and they didn't understand why I was going out at night. So they just couldn't understand me as a person. I'm out here trying to work and live my life and just be happy. And it just didn't come together. My life and their life didn't come together. So it definitely made it
Was
an
you
issue.
that way when they found you? 'Cause you-
No, I wasn't. But this is the thing. When I met the person, I was really young. So as I got older, I started realizing is things that I want to do that may not be in agreement to what he wanted me to do. You know, because I was young. So you know, as you get older, you start finding yourself, and you want to find yourself, so you start doing different things. So yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this much. I believe wholeheartedly that opposites can attract, and opposites do attract. And now these surveys will tell you that you need to have things in common with somebody, and basically, in order for it to have a long-term relationship. I'm going to say, for me personally, I couldn't be with somebody that's me.
Right.
Only because, and totally for my whole life existence, I've always searched for people that have a certain thing that is not like me. Can we have but see, I'm very diverse.
What are you?
First of all, I'm flamboyant. I'm loud. I'm boisterous. I'm very self-confident. and I'm very sarcastic, and sometimes many times I'm like rude and evil. But I do not
true.
want to be around a woman that has
like that.
those characteristics.
Right.
I want to be around somebody that is more. If I'm cynical and I'm going to say the glass is half full, and I'm going to give that glass half full mentality on a certain subject. I want somebody that's going to be like, no, well, it could be this way, but blah blah blah. So I can kind of. It gives me another option. Don't co-sign. Don't co-sign everything that is me.
Right.
Give me I need somebody with some type of pushback that have an opposite thought. And a lot of that has come from the fact, like for instance, when I was younger, I would often put women on certain pedestal, whereas though I smoked cigarettes, I drank, I hung out, this, that, and other. I wasn't too big on religion. But everybody that I dated and wanted to deal with, I wanted to have a religious background. I didn't want to be with anybody that smoked or a woman that drank like heavy or anything like that, which is kind of like hypocritical, right?
Right.
Because you do all that.
Right.
But I wanted
Right.
somebody that was going to actually I wanted somebody that was actually a better person
Right.
than me.
I definitely
Not
understand
actually somebody that was exactly like me.
Right.
But when it comes to the important stuff, that like when you want to have conversation, so you don't actually have to agree with me, but you have to actually have a point where as though I can see where you're coming from. So when you talk about religion, or you talk about politics, or you talk about shows and movies and stuff like that, or okay, or when you want to go out, you have some things in common. But I think in order, it's checks and balances.
Right.
You got to be able to level somebody up.
Right.
Like for instance, I found that a lot of people that some people have an issue with buying things, a spending issue, and then they wind up getting with somebody that's more conservative and
Right.
draws them in.
More frugal,
And
right?
Wait a minute, I see I'm going to have to call in. You hear? Oh, Michael's talking about you got to call in.
Call in, Michael.
Let me finish there, but whenever. But let me finish. Rolling.
I think
this
the number
down.
is down below. Yep,
Yeah,
it is.
It's down there. But these is all different points where as though it's like, yo, I need somebody that's going to balance me. Even where as though like, especially because people always saying that I'm hanging around with because I'm a Leo, that I always need to be in charge and be right and things like that, which
Even
is
though you think
probably
so.
fine and right. But I don't have to be right if you can give me a point to counteract what I'm
Okay.
saying. So I want the opposite. I want a sweet woman. I want somebody that's going to be right there and be like, yo, call me on my bullshit sometimes. Or say, give me the counterpoint to where it is. I don't want anybody to be exactly like me. And I
Yeah.
don't think it's work. And I think you have, Michael was saying, even he said the queen I'm with right now, we are so the opposite where it matters. But it has
works
to work
out
somehow.
It has
But we
to
got-
work out some
it gotta-
in some way. So yep.
Yeah, it has to work, and it might have to work, but it's where as though I think if you find somebody, like for instance, if you're a procrastinator, you can't be with another procrastinator.
That's true. I'm like that. I procrastinate sometimes, but I don't want to be with somebody that's like that. I'm just like, no, we both can't be like that. And like you said, I like to spend money, but I don't need another person that's spending money.
You
Like
need-
now we both spending money. No, there got to be some type of balance there. It has to be. You have to come in the middle somehow. So yes,
I gamble.
right.
I've gambled most of my life. I love sports. I love to gamble on sports. I had lady friends that knew sports and liked sports, and we played around again, but it wasn't a focus of theirs. I've dealt with many women. Usually, they're oblivious to sports, and I'm fine with that because then that's just my time. And it's on the same instance where as though I and I'm culprit of this. I done dealt with women that's very religious and go to church and stuff like that, and I would
Yeah.
go to church for them. I dated a pastor before.
Dang.
Well, she had a fat ass.
I can't see it.
I'm just saying. But sometimes you do things for your partner
Right.
that you literally wouldn't do because
Right.
y'all might. But it's where as though you meet halfway.
You
So
you do things for each other to make each other happy, even if that's something that you don't enjoy. You do it to make them happy.
I don't like
like-
going to the movies.
Oh,
I've only gone to movies on dates, or
Right.
or either that or taking my kids to see something.
Right.
I've never went to the movies just because I wanted to go to movies. I've
Mm-hmm.
never went to the movies with like my boys or anything like that. Never.
Right.
Because I'm not I'm good with watching a movie at home and what is that, but to actually go to theater and I'm talking about in the past. I ain't even talking about post,
I fall asleep in the
2020.
theater.
But I'm just saying in general.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's crazy because people be like, "Oh, do you got?" I said, "Yeah, I like to go to movies if it's a date
Right.
because this the only reason. This is the only reason. It's okay. I'll do something that you like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you like karaoke? Do you
Yep.
like karaoke?
Yeah, I like karaoke.
Okay, so then
And
I
I
like
do-
karaoke right
right.
there. But I'm
Right.
just saying that's how
Right.
that's how it be. Pierce said, I guess I can't be with no one. I don't want them to be opposite, but I don't want them to be like me.
Yeah, I don't want nobody to
Yeah.
be like me.
But
No,
then
no.
then what the where's the fucking middle ground at? I don't want them to
That
be the
mean you
opposite.
wanna be single.
But you don't want them to be like you.
That mean you gonna be single.
But there's a middle ground too because you can have some things in common
Right.
and you can have all right, like for instance, I think big things. You got to have some type of same mentality. Whereas, like, if you at a certain age, you got where it comes to child rearing. You can, if you want kids, or for instance, if you want kids, and you dealing with somebody that don't want kids, I don't think that's going to work because
Right.
then it's all sitting there. Well, I did it for you.
Right.
Or if you want to do a situation where as though if y'all want to go into business together and you want to be like, oh, well, I want this type of business and I want to go in this type of direction. If you're not on the same page, then it's not going to work.
It's true.
So it got to be some type of middle ground.
yeah.
But I think a lot of times you need that opposite. You need that pushback because guess what? A lot of times, if you deal with somebody that's like you or you deal with the same people that have the same type of mentality, you don't grow.
Right.
You don't become better. Or you don't become worse. I don't know however we want to say it. But it's where as though if somebody, like for instance, if somebody you got with somebody and they be like, yo, where have you been? Like for instance, I've dealt with somebody that in the past that never went out of state. I mean, and this was, they were younger or whatever, but they never went out of state. To the point where as though they didn't even know when they was going to Florida on a family reunion that if they picked that they were able to use their cell phone to call back to New Jersey. Because they didn't know the consequences, because they've never been outside of New Jersey.
Wow. Right.
As far as us, other than going to Philly, which is not really being outside New Jersey, but technically it is. but just like I'm a chef, I talk about food and I talk about food things. So I've opened people's eyes up to different type of foods because they never didn't actually eat those type
Right.
of things. And that's how you grow because you found somebody that's different.
Right.
That's going to bring something to you that you may not actually like, oh, that's not important, and this, that, and other. But sometimes those things stick with you for the rest of your life.
I feel if they're not trying to control you, I think it's okay to deal with somebody from opposite of you. But you got some people out here that they's like, oh, we have nothing in common. Now I gotta make you me. Like they trying to put all of their beliefs and energy onto you and make you like that. Like it's something wrong with just being yourself. It's nothing wrong with being yourself and doing you. So what the hell was that about? Someone always feels like they're being controlled in a relationship. Uh, sometimes. It's sometimes.
What? Who? I don't never. I've never felt like I've been controlled in a relationship.
You never feel like you've been in.
No, I've never. No, I've never felt as though I am being controlled.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's good.
No, I'm saying in a sense where as though in a bad way.
Mhm.
Because ultimately you have free will,
Right.
so you can decide if you want to do something. But it can be a situation where as though if you care for somebody and you are in love, that you would do some things that you wouldn't do. But controlled seems like where as though a term that you don't have any say in.
Any say or input. Right.
And that's just weak-minded to me.
Yeah. Just about. So, what are y'all thoughts on this topic, y'all? We are talking about opposites. Do opposites attract, y'all? What are your thoughts? We want to know.
Pierce says the less knowledgeable one does or the lazy one feels that way. Well, that's because they're not smart enough to actually know they have any type of reign to actually have the control on themselves. And a lot of times when people have self-esteem issues and feel as though they are, first of all, even if somebody is smarter than you, or you feel as though somebody is smarter than you, you still have to have the knowledge of self in order to say, you know what, I'm being played, or I'm being used, or this, that, and other. But I'm gonna be honest, it's some people out there, and I've known women like this that are very intelligent, that are bosses on their job, that are managers or have single moms that have families that run a family, this, that, but they just want to be told what to do when it comes to a relationship. It is the one thing that they say, especially I'm just talking in a heterosexual way, because women that I've dealt with, they just say, just tell me what to wear. You tell a woman what to wear, where you going, what y'all doing, and they don't got to think about it, especially when they always got to make decisions for their kids or make decisions at their job. They are so happy that they don't have to make decisions,
Right.
and they being told what to do. And these are strong women. But when it comes
takes
to
off all the
relationships,
stress
Yes.
off of them. So it's stressful. You gotta be at work, you the boss, and then you gotta go home and be the boss too. So it kind of take off some of that pressure if someone else is making some of those decisions, I believe. So LaRon said,
somebody was calling.
was somebody calling?
Well, yeah, Michael said he was calling.
Okay,
You
call
got-
us back. Call us back.
Yes, Lamont said yes. This is due because one lacks, the other one makes up for vice versa. Yeah, that's that 50-50 thing. What Pure is saying? Nah, nope.
Nah, no, what, Pierce?
She just always just want to disagree with my wisdom because I got that good shit that I'm talking about. Someone, no, I'm just saying.
You be knowing some stuff.
I be knowing because
You know stuff.
I only know, but I mean, who I'm not, because I've never been a weak person in a relationship.
Right.
But I don't feel as though in my relationships that, for me, that I've overpowered somebody and say, you do this, you do that. I always try to give somebody the fortitude to ask.
You
me
be
their
like the
opinion.
therapist in your relationship.
Yeah, I'm just here to fix a bitch. That's
Crazy.
that's just my reality.
Call us back. Call us back.
My sister always said,
Must
you
be.
don't never find nobody that's actually already that's like pre-made and like all put together. You
You
always
like
gotta,
broken motherfuckers.
man, cause you know, I try to give back. I gotta give back to the community, give back to the world, man. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for, to fix you.
You ain't Mr. Fix It.
I'm here to fix you, bitches. Come on over. I'm gonna fix you and just wind you. It might be for a season. It might be for a week, for a month. Might be for 10 years. But you're gonna be better than when I found you.
Wow. You hear this bullshit,
And I'm
y'all?
gonna send you. I'll send you on your way.
Gosh,
I
the
mean,
things
better.
I
You gonna be
deal with
better
over
than when I
here.
found you.
Wow, Crown.
Hopefully.
That's how you feel. Hopefully,
No,
shit.
hopefully. if you actually want it, but you got to be able to actually want to take in the knowledge.
Right.
And you want to do something different.
It's true.
See, and but the problem is, sometimes we keep on file. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were complaining. This is the crazy shit that we do, that y'all women do. What people? She was complaining about the guy she was dealing with was too nice.
Wow.
He was so nice.
He was so nice.
I'm not used to this.
I ain't used to this. I'm used to a thug.
What kind of hypocritical? How do you
I'm used to
got
Timberlands
that going?
and
How you got brainwashed so
fitted.
bad?
Right.
And you know what I told her?
I like Timberlands. and a fitted.
You know what I told her?
What you told her?
I think because she wanted you New York bitches. I said,
New
that's
York-
because you
what?
want a nigga with a New York Yankee hat and them
And some
Timberland
Timberland
boots.
boots.
And then he call you a bitch, and he take your car, or he ask you to cash app him some money, so he can daggone pay his child support, or go pay some bills or whatever.
Wow. Girl.
Yeah, somebody, but you don't. When you find a nice guy, you looking at him sideways.
They just not used to that. That's what it
you
is.
don't
But
want that.
right.
You say that you want that shit, but when somebody give you that, you don't know how to handle that.
Right.
I'm saying some people. You brainwash so bad. You keep getting put on the answer
Keep being
machine.
put on the answer machine. What you say?
You gotta turn the
It's
phone.
on.
Okay. Wait a minute. It's called Nobody Wants a Pushover.
Nobody
What-
wants
what-
to
what-
push over.
What do you mean? A pushover man? What are you talking? I mean, what? Because I was talking about a nice guy. A good guy. Yeah, wait a minute. Nobody wants a stunt. What the hell is a stunt dummy? Oh, see, that's just rude.
I don't know what that is.
No, that's just rude. That's just some. You know what? When you ever seen the commercials when you get the car crashes and they just got the little dummy in there. They just don't say nothing.
Oh,
do nothing.
the
They just
stunt
there.
dummy. Oh,
They
I
just
get it. I
along
get
for
it.
along for the ride.
Bobblehead.
They just
Okay. P, what's going on with the phone? Let's see. I'm trying to figure this out, y'all.
You don't know how to
because-
answer the phone?
No, I don't.
It's not on?
It's on.
Oh, well, I don't know. Anyway.
You don't know how to answer phone.
Now, wait a minute.
Shut up. So, yeah.
And he was calling from that 9. That's that daggone New York number.
What number? 916?
That's a New York number.
No, it's not. 917 is a New York number. Oh, here we go.
All right, here
Hold
we go.
on. Hello.
Hello there.
How you doing,
Turn it
Michael?
up,
How
put
you
on
doing? I
speaker.
just put it on. Okay. So, are you listening to Crown over here? You seem really interested in what
you
he's
know
talking
what?
about.
His name Crown for a reason. He gonna keep
you
that
know
crown
what?
on his head
You
the
know-
way that he talking. Hey, listen, man.
I love how men
swear,
boost other
piggyback
men
on
up.
everything that was said from both the female and the male's perspective was all correct, and in the fact that we all have our own opinion. But to follow up on what OG, Mr. Crown, was saying, especially with the dating the opposite of you, when I say that is probably the best thing that has ever happened to me in a long time, I will tell you that it is the best thing that has ever happened to me in a long time. Being with someone that is totally opposite of me has opened my eyes in a different perspective of relationships, because it not only did it allow me to be me, but it also allows me to understand the perspective of a woman in her vision of what she wants, not from just my perspective of what I want in a relationship. I used to go into relationships saying that these are the standards that I wanted, and this is what I was going to do, because I was tired of looking for love. So I would go into a relationship thinking that this is what I want and this is what I was going to do, and it wasn't working. Mm-hmm. So I ended up saying, fuck love and everything else, and she found me in the time that I needed somebody that was opposite of what type of woman I liked and wanted. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
The woman that I needed showed up, not the woman I wanted. There's a difference between having someone that you need in your life than having the person that you want in your life. A lot of women,
Yep.
and I'm gonna have to say this, bounce in on the women real quick. A lot of women have these standards and all these expectations of a man, but still ain't got their shit together.
That's
And so
true.
at the end of the day, what happens is because they got all these standards and shit like that, they end up losing the man that could have been there for them that they needed, and realize that and missed the opportunity because they were too busy on wanting what they wanted and not realizing what they really needed. Some women ignore the fact that that man just sat there and did the littlest thing for you that you complained about that the last man didn't do, and you still did not acknowledge him. And guess what? He's gonna walk away. That's doing nothing but pushing him away.
Right.
That's where the women fail. Us men, we fail in trying to look for that bad bitch. The men of today, let me put it that way. My OGs like Crown and the ones I learned from, we stop looking. Cause if she gonna come, she gonna come. And she gonna do her thing without us having to tell her what to do. The part where he said, I don't want to be control. No, I don't want to be in control. I don't want to control anything. I just want to be in charge. So that means I will leave my woman in control of everything in the house if I have to. But when it's time that something goes wrong, that's where I come in and I step in because I'm in charge of everything as a whole. You understand what I'm saying? She looks for me to be there for her when she needs me, not when she wants me.
Right.
Not because I can lay the pipe down, not because I can cook in the kitchen, but because the bill came up short and she said her check came up short. Guess what? She needs me. That's when I
Right.
come in
Like I
and do
got
my
it.
part. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I Crown, bro.
Yo.
Man, listen, you hit every nail on the man.
Yeah.
And it goes both ways.
It
though.
goes both,
And
yeah,
I really
bro.
want everybody to understand. And please don't take my word as in like I'm just siding with the men. No, it goes both ways. Women, you don't settle for those standards that you've been trying to hold on to since 1995. It's time to change up.
Oh yeah, but it's many a woman out there that held somebody down and done pulled them up, for real. And
Yeah.
it's been many
Yes.
of, and I done been in those situations where as though
Yes.
that's why I said I have the utmost respect for real women that are willing
Yes.
to do those things. My issue especially is stop going for the same old knucklehead shit. Stop going for the same
Yes.
knucklehead shit. Don't accept it. Don't accept it.
Yeah.
When you do find that
Yeah.
good dude, or you find that whenever you find that good person, acknowledge him and stick with it. But the biggest point that you said, and it's so true, people get caught searching for it too much. And you push, and it winds up putting pressure, and mentally you give up because you're like, well, I can't find it. I've been looking for it. I've been here, there. I've been on these apps. I done been to these church functions. It ain't there.
Yep.
Stop looking for it. Focus on
Yep.
yourself. Be right with you.
Right.
Do other things
Let it happen.
with your friends, your family. Make sure things right in your life, and you gonna find. And then that person is going to find you when you're not looking for them.
Yeah,
When you're not looking for
definitely.
them. But
Definitely.
yeah.
And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish. I was just reading something else.
I
Somebody
totally
saying
agree with you on
somebody
that,
is saying we got a
especially
praise
with the,
dance moment going on out over here.
Michael over here
somebody-
preaching. He
He said
better preach
somebody got to
over
say we got a
here.
praise dance moment going on up in there. But that's what how our listeners is. They just with our viewers. That's why I need a good lady so I can do the same for her.
Whoa.
You can find it, but don't put pressure on actually trying to find that person.
Find it, yeah. When
Let
I
it
tell
come
you,
to you.
find it. Stop. And here's to that person. Please don't go looking. Stop it. Like seriously, we're in 2022, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. The searching thing. Is dead, man. Like like now it's a game. Like you get all these apps and all that crap. Like
Right.
it's a game now. Now it's about getting money for these women. Now it's about getting and to get in my inbox. I need $10. Let's go
Cash
somewhere.
at
Like,
me.
Come on, seriously, just to talk to
Horrible.
you. Come on, like no. Listen, I really just want people to understand that as far as that opposite man, like let that opposite be there for you, because you never know that person may do something for you that nobody, the person that you love the most, never did for you. And at that moment, when that moment happens, I guarantee you that whole feeling and idea that, oh, you're supposed to be with this type of person will go out the window. Because when I tell you the woman I'm with right now is definitely not the type of woman I wanted, and she is literally the opposite. And I am so in love with this woman and would not trade her for the world. She does not allow, I did not have to change who I was. When I came to her and told her straight brutal truth from the gate, and she accepted everything from the gate.
Yep.
That's another thing, kings. Y'all gotta start telling y'all women when y'all first step up to them, tell them the fucking truth. Yeah, right now I'm talking to you and boo boo and woo wop. I'm weighing out my options. I did exactly that. She respected it, and she made sure that she showed up and showed out over all the others. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because what happens, and I've been saying this for years, men need to stop, and I'm saying in this situation, and this is people in general, need to stop playing the game. Like, if you are single and you dating, stop being out there saying you are the only one.
Right.
Because you need to give that person the option. Listen, I'm talking to this one, this, that.
Right.
Look, this is how I am. This is my lifestyle. This is how I get down. Now, it's up to you if you accept it or not.
Yeah.
So they can be like, you know what? And many times in my life, women have told me, you know what? I respect you for saying that. I don't get down like that, but thank you for telling me up
For
front.
telling me the truth.
Or they
That's
say,
all it is, man.
I can
can't
roll
stress that
with
no
you like
more
this
than
right
what you just
now.
stressed it. If you tell them the truth, they either going to accept it or they not. And if they don't accept it, guess what? There's another woman right around the corner that'll probably will.
Right.
Well, I'll ask that question. It's a question out here. I guess it was directed to you, Michael. They wondered if you would be with a woman that didn't need you financially or mentally. Could you do that?
Yes, I'm with one right now. See, when I'm a man that is about that was raised off of a man that don't work, don't eat. I was raised off of those mentality, off of that principle. So yeah, I was down and out, busted and disgusted. Matter of fact, my phone call to her was, "Could you come pick me up from Wawa? And it's snowing outside because a door got slammed in my face, and I need somewhere to go." She did not hesitate. She pulled up and made sure that I got up out of that snow. I had nowhere to go. You understand what I'm saying? But this is the same person that I did not go looking for.
Wow. So
and
this was
wait. I gave her was what the only standard I gave her when we first started talking was, I do not want to give you no entitlement. The entitlement should not matter. As long as you are there for me and I am there for you, that is what matters. Now, what happens that afterwards, as time goes on, as far as, entitlement and all that, okay, cool. Because we don't even know our anniversary date, we celebrate our anniversary for 3 months because we don't even know what date we finalized it. That's how love really works. You don't go looking for it; it finds you, man.
And it's a situation where as though if you happy and she happy, everybody happy. As soon as one of you not happy, then you can basically exit the situation because it's been talked about.
And so can. If we decide to end this relationship today, we so could separate and still be best friends that.
See, and that's the key. Whereas though a lot of people, that's how you get to know somebody, and you have these conversations and say, you know what? And I've never been seriously with somebody that I didn't consider a friend first, because you can have sex with many people. But you can't have those deep actually feelings and friendship, and whereas though it's like, I'm having a bad day, I need to just talk about my bad day, or I'm having a good, when you have a person to share your good day with,
that part.
and then it's just a whole deeper thing, but you can't do that in a lot of sense, and to bring it all the way back, if y'all have the same exact mentality. Because what happens is, I always dealt with a lot of women that had problems with saying certain things and describing their feelings. Whereas though this might be funny for people from this show and this that.
You don't have a
I'm
problem.
very romantic when it comes to my relationships.
Amen.
I'm very, I'm babe this, babe. I'm the I love you dude.
All of that. Yes.
But sometimes the women that I dealt with they more of a I show you how I feel more than I say it.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But that was always cool with me because if that's your mentality, I see we can't both be the daggone romantic comedy type all the time.
That part.
Right? You know what I mean? So it's just like but guess what? I ain't sitting there watching Power with you because that's just bullshit I ain't fucking with. But that's your shit. I'm with you.
Gosh. Oh.
I'm with you.
You know
I'm just
what?
saying, but that's just not my shit.
Talk to him. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm
Yo,
from-
Crown,
you from
man,
the
you
show
gotta have
me
on the show more often, man.
Yeah, I'm from the show me.
You not
state,
from the show me
too.
state. You from the goddamn guard state. Show me state is Missouri, but you
know
somebody
what?
said somebody being which was show me
Right.
that. Oh, but I know it. But you are
Show
a show
me.
me.
Right.
You
Show
don't tell
me.
nobody.
Don't tell me,
No, I
show
know
me.
she's the same way, but I've dealt with women like that, and I can respect that because they just saying a lot of times.
I think it's that way because they have been told things so many times, and the other person has not basically.
Man, I thought you always dealing with some lying ass niggas.
They
That's your
just haven't
problem.
proved. They haven't
Get your shit
proved their
straight.
shit.
You
So
need to
it's
look
like
what's
I don't
inside
want you to
yourself,
tell me nothing.
queen.
I need you
Look
to
inside
show me.
yourself,
It's the-
queen, and get your shit together before you come
go
looking
ahead.
at or you talking about you.
No, I don't want
Fix
to hear
yourself.
nothing. Show me. I need to show me. Okay. My.
Hey, before
You already-
y'all let me go,
Yeah.
I just
Thanks,
wanted to
Michael.
piggyback on what she had mentioned earlier as far as that whole opposite and the age thing. You're going to come across those moments. I want people to understand, if you do end up dealing with somebody that is a big age difference between you, do not put stimulations on them, man, because even as we're getting even past 30, you're still changing. Seriously.
Right.
So in relationships, I would suggest a lot of people to stop putting stimulations on people on that relationship because people change. That's just
Yeah.
in life in general. They don't have to be in a relationship to change.
Right.
They change as a person. When they evolve, you have to either accept that evolvement or not. And if you don't, then explain it before it gets to be a bomb and explodes. You understand?
Right.
Like, a lot of people get in these relationships and be mad about the fact that she doesn't act the same way she did when they first got together, or
Yeah,
he
like,
doesn't act.
You're not
y'all
the
age
person I've
difference.
met.
Things change. So
Right.
you got to accept some things. If you can't, me personally, if I'm dealing with somebody younger than me, I'm going to say I was there. I used to think like that, so I have to give that person time, and that's where you meet a person, and a median, become to a median when it comes to age differential relationships. I just wanted to touch bases on that because last few women that I've dealt with, I've either been 4 or 5 years older, and so I know that things change especially with women and emotions like
Yeah.
that's a roller coaster within itself. So you have to be able to, as a man, y'all got to learn how to be able to accept some shit that you cannot change yourself.
And on top of that, I'm gonna piggyback on that and, before I let you go because I gotta answer a couple of all these questions.
Yes.
And this is what I had a conversation with my sister, and a lot of this education I got is because I've been raised around women all my life, so I kind of get some type of understanding to them, and that's the greatest thing, and I love that.
Yeah.
But I was telling her, in my relationship, every so often, I'm talking about every 2 to 3 months is a check-in conversation, a check-in.
Should be.
You good? Where we at? What we need to improve on, or are you sometimes it's just, are you happy?
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you don't, and you just, because I've been in situations where I assumed the other person was in a good place and they wasn't, and I didn't realize they wasn't in a good place until they was gone.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
Yep.
ignorance and on some people's end. But man, it's been a great conversation, Mike. We
Yes.
gotta keep it moving, man.
Thanks
And-
for
and we get
calling
ready-
in.
But good to see you again, back on here, man. Can catch up back up with us, man.
Oh yeah, I definitely will.
And hey, man, I'm happy you was able to find you that right lady, man. I
Yeah,
really
thank
am.
you. Thank
I'm
you.
really
Thank you.
truly
You
am
already know
because
where
I
I
tell
came
people
from,
like
so
this
yeah,
all the
thank you.
time.
Bless
It
up
may
to
not
you,
be
Rick.
for me, but I'm always happy when somebody do have that
Okay.
right person. True
Full
that.
of it.
True that.
Thank
Bless
you.
up.
All right.
Have a
Be
good
safe.
night.
Y'all too.
Pierce says, Pierce she just got issues. Tell me things is annoying because she's a show me person. I like boundaries, and I explain them. It's not good for you, then you go, and you're not running crazy in my life. I understand, but though it's good. But see, these is the type of things that have to be discussed in the beginning.
Right.
And a lot of times, we can't be with ourselves.
Right.
We can't. So, if you like boundaries, and I mean, in certain instances, like say for instance, look, I got boundaries. Whereas though I can't be around a person a whole bunch of time because I like time to myself.
Right.
I like and if it's football season, Sunday's my day.
Yeah.
And I've laid known, football start this time from this time. These 12 hours is my time.
Don't call.
Don't call, don't show up. This 3 months, 4 months out of the year, this is what I do. Any other days of the week, boom, anytime you ever want to, I'm pick up the phone, I'm pick up the, but this is my time.
Right.
Or if I say,
That's okay.
Or if I say, listen, I don't feel good, or listen, I'm reading a book, I'm doing this right now. But this on the flip side,
And that's okay.
but on the flip side, also, it's just like
Some
when
people
you
don't
say to
understand
me, I got this, I want to go out with my girlfriend, we going this way this week. Me and the people, we getting together, we doing it. Hey, go ahead.
Right.
Cool. Enjoy
yourself. Talk to you when you get back.
Just let me know you got there okay, you safe, you got home okay. Hey, you drinking? Don't drive you drinking, this, that. See, these are the things. But what happens is, and this is Pierce's issue, and I'm gonna tell you the issue right on it. Your issue is, you might have been, maybe they didn't catch you, or maybe they didn't get all the information when they first met you, or they didn't want to see it, so they assumed something else in their head, and they put you in another category. But I also told you before a couple times that you was playing a role that you shouldn't have been playing in certain times too, because that wasn't you. And that's what a lot of us do too, because we are, especially
They
when
put on a
shit is
front.
new,
Yeah.
it's new, and it's just this, that, and this, that, and that.
What they call that? You
You
was
playing
the receptionist or something?
Oh, I always say, in the first 6 months, you meet
Right.
somebody's representative.
Representative.
You don't never
There you
meet the
go.
real person.
Right.
So in the
It's
first
true.
6 months, you just meet their representative,
Right.
and it's just like everything's cool. And then after 6 months or so, and they get comfortable, now you see
you
that
seen the
they
real
don't pick up
person,
their
they starting-
socks.
right.
Now you see that they don't always wash them dishes. They just leave them in the sink the
Yeah.
night over. Or you come over to their crib and without calling, oh, the place ain't all vacuumed and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They leaving their stuff in the
Right.
oh, who the fuck was you? Oh,
Gotcha, bitch.
that's who you is. You got me. But
Gotcha, bitch.
on the flip side, I done heard women do that. Oh, if I can find the right person, this, that, and other. Oh yeah, I'm gonna cook for them, this, that, and other. But you don't like cooking.
Right.
So say that. I don't fuck with that. I don't like cooking, but I'll cook for the right person.
Right.
Oh, I don't swallow, but I'll swallow for the right person. No, if you don't
can't
do it,
stand him.
you just don't do it. Don't be
Say
saying
that.
it for the right person.
Right.
I'm just saying in general. You don't say you. If I find the right person, but if this one, this, that one, this, that, I'm gonna go. Nah. It's either what you do or you don't do. Who are you for real? That's who. And if they can't accept the for real you, then it ain't the. I tell people all the time, cause I mean, I guess I am a therapist because I got a lot of female friends. Yo, if they don't accept, I told one of my exes, and she, beautiful woman, strong-minded, but dealing with a dude that wanted basically barefoot and pregnant, that type of mentality, staying together. Like, yo, that's not who you are. He don't like me when I act like myself.
Nope. Then he
Then
don't.
why you dealing with that nigga?
So what does he like about you?
Cause she a
Like
bad
the
bitch.
fake you. Oh. Oh, she a
But-
bad bitch. Okay.
But she a bad bitch that got a mouth and an attitude.
Oh.
And
Oh, that's the real her.
yeah, but she got a mouth and an attitude. And she don't need that nigga. Cause she got her own shit.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of times people don't know how to act if they don't need
You. Oh, right.
This is the part about what Michael was talking about. It's best to always be wanted than needed.
Right.
So if you want it, that means you doing something to keep it active. What Pierce said, not me. I tell you up front, what I ain't going to do, everything is a truth. See, all right, fine. See, we was going over, but you was playing fake a bitch cooking dough.
Oh shit.
You did. You did. Whatever.
It's here nor there.
It's there to hear. This
But-
was more excited than what I thought. This was actually a good topic.
Yeah, it's a good topic.
I thought it up.
Did you?
Bitch, don't act like that.
I don't remember that.
Don't be acting. You always be. You don't. If ain't
All
nobody
right.
call in or nobody was thinking, you be like, see, he thought that dumb shit up. Whatever.
Whatever, Crown. I'm sick of him,
It's
y'all.
at the nerve.
I'm about
We
to get
can-
rid of him, y'all.
Yeah, get rid of him. Yeah, picture that one.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. But nothing, Crown. You're done. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight, y'all. This was definitely a good topic, Crown. You had some good pointers. And Michael, thanks for calling in tonight. You definitely had some good points as well. And we appreciate y'all. You had something else to say, Crown? Because you look like you fixing your lips. You need?
On another note, no, it has nothing to do with this. IME, whereas though we are board members on, if you check for the next 12
event?
hours or so, yeah, do me more.
The Do Me More
donate for the-
donations. If y'all don't mind giving our nonprofit a donation, it will be greatly appreciated, y'all. We will leave the link down below.
Yes.
All right, and
doing
it's
very
only
good.
24 hours, y'all. The Do More
It's 6 to
is
6.
is from 6 to 6, but you can still donate on
Our IME
on our
Corp,
IMEcorp.org page.
Check it out if you
So,
haven't.
yes, we'll leave a
check
link
it
to
out.
that as well. Support us.
Because we are looking for allies.
Yes, we're
and
looking for
more
allies.
people, in the LGBT community to focus on what we're trying to do here in Delaware and expand to other states. So it may be something, and you can get educated, and that's what we really
Get
here
your
for.
education.
Because the truest thing, especially as allies, as we are, is more or less trying to understand that, if anybody is being discriminated for whatever reason, it is hurting the rest of us totally.
Right.
So, it's just time for us to just try to be more humanitarian and more tolerant and more understanding to people that may not be totally just like us, because we have
Right.
more things in common than we don't,
It's true.
especially when you look like us in this country. So with that being said,
That was good, Crown. That was good.
oh, I'm a smart motherfucker.
That was good, Crown.
See, but don't get it wrong. I might be light skinned, but I'm a field Negro. But go ahead.
All right, y'all. So tune in next Thursday, same time, same place, y'all. Next Thursday at 8. Come back in and just tune in and share and all that good stuff. We just appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, y'all. So be safe out there. Have a great night. Bye, guys. Bye.
Watching a silhouette from the candlelight, slipping and sliding a little more to the right. They say all the freaky bitches come out at night, yeah. I'm the one that's full of fun, guaranteed to make you come. I'ma put it down for sure. Once you enter through the door, drop them drawers like you Denzel. I don't believe in snacks, you could get the whole meal, that's real. Rose.